Here we'll model how two neutral atoms can form a covalent bond. So first you'll see one atom on this side where we have the nucleus, which is positive, and then this representation of an electron cloud. Here we have another atom that's modeled exactly in the same way. So we'll notice that the nuclei are both positive and therefore they're going to repel each other. And the same is true of the electron clouds. They will also repel each other. However, electrons from one of the atom are attracted to the nucleus of the other atom and vice versa. So the resulting bond is really a stable balance between the repulsive and the attractive forces that are seen here. So sometimes we see this kind of representation where we have both attractive forces and repulsive forces, and the bond is simply a stable balance between those. We can represent this graphically as follows. Here's a graphical representation of the potential energy of the atoms versus the distance between the atoms. So down below you will see a representation where there are two atoms here and one of them is pinned. In other words, I can't move it, but I can move the other one if I want to. The potential energy comes from two things. Recall that there are both attractive and repulsive forces. If the atoms are too close together, the repulsive forces take over and will push the atoms farther apart. When the atoms are too far apart, the attractive forces will take over and pull the atoms back together. So we can see that this well here is a place where there's a balance between the positive or the repulsive forces and the attractive forces. And this distance right here is known as the bond length. It's the distance between the atoms where the potential energy is the lowest. When a bond is formed, the atoms are far away from each other and there's an attractive force. So as the atoms become closer and closer together, energy is lost to the surroundings. So we always have a release of energy when a bond is formed because it's going from a place of high potential energy to lower potential energy. Now, if I want to break this bond, I have to add energy into the system to pull those atoms apart. So whenever bonds are broken, energy must be added.